Hey, it's Kelly from the YMCAMV Martha's Vineyard. I have a camp craft for you guys today. We are going to do some basic macrame. So I grew up doing this, especially when I was a teenager. This is one of my favorite things to do. Also my husband. So when I decided to do this as a camp skills video or a camp craft video, he brought out all of his old macrame stuff too. So we have loved this craft forever, and I want to share it with you guys. Okay, so to start off our macrame, we are going to be using some hemp string or twine, but one of my favorite parts about the macrame stitch is that, or this square knot stitch or cobra stitch, different people call it different things, but is it can be done on so many different types of rope or cord or necklace, and it could be big or small, so a lot of different options. So we'll start with this, which I kind of feel like is a classic option and how I grew up with it, with this hemp twine. So the single strand here is going to be the shorter one. That's the length of whatever piece you're trying to do. So if you're trying to do a necklace, you want to have it the length that you want it. And then this doubled over piece is going to be, I usually do about at least triple the length per side of this. So maybe almost 5 or 6 times longer than how long you want your piece to be, so that you make sure you have enough, you don't run out in the end. So we'll just tie this together. And for any of you who had tuned into my friendship bracelet making video, you'll definitely see a lot of similarities here. So that's just a simple knot to get all that stuff together. And again, I like doing the loop because now I have somewhere to fasten on the other end if I want to do some type of closure. Okay, so then I'll pull my strings out, identify my center shorter string. And so this string is just going to stay in the middle the whole time. I'm going to go ahead and get my handy duct tape. Keep that down because, again, a big part of doing these knots and stuff is getting them tight. And so a very helpful step right there. So, again, identifying my middle string here. And let's start doing our knot. So we're going to do a figure 4. To start off. All right, and now this rope, okay, is going to go over the end of your figure 4. Right, so see, I went over there, and then we're going to tuck it under this X, basically under and up and through the loop that you just made there. Okay. Here's my end. All right, so again, under, pull it up and through. Okay, my end is very long because I always get worried about running out of string and not being able to finish my project. So you can kind of pull that center one tight. And as you can see, we're just kind of pulling and forming a knot around that center line. Okay. Now we switch sides. Figure 4 on this side. That figure 4 goes over the center rope there. Okay. Loose end crosses over top there. This one's on top. All right. And then just going to tuck it under, pull it through. So once you get into the rhythm of this, it becomes very relaxing. Could be a nice activity in mindfulness, just being in the moment, crafting away. And the lovely part about jewelry type crafts is that they just make sensational gifts also. They're thoughtful, original, unique, usually cost effective, and usually well liked. So in case you need any inspiration to get your Christmas checklist done early, maybe you can get some bracelet making done. Okay, so that is this basic box or cobra stitch. All right, you can start seeing it forming there. These are some of my husband's older pieces. So this is basically what that is going to look like after it is created and then worn for a little while. You can add beads on there. So that's what that stitch looks like. So let me show you how you add a bead on. Adding a bead is super easy. Here's the end of my center rope. So that one's much shorter, right? The biggest part with beading on hemp is that hemp is a fairly thick material for necklace and bracelet making. It seems a lot of beads don't have holes that are big enough. So just make sure you're checking your bead hole size before you commit to the bead. So you simply put the bead on. If I need to go back and check which side my next stitch goes on, what I do is you can see this outer loop there. It kind of alternates. So the side that has that outer part right there, that's the side you're going to start your figure 4 on. In case you go grab your bead and lose your spot, or stop and start later, which is always what I'm doing. I don't think I've ever finished any type of necklace or bracelet project in one sitting. So same steps. This one comes over, tucks up and under. Okay, and hold it tight. And you're simply just doing that stitch around the bead. You want to get it tight up in there so that it is not liable to wobble. And then you just keep going. Okay, so nothing really changes with that bead except for you slide it on there, and you might need to maneuver things a little bit to get it looking right. And in there, and you just keep on trucking. So we'll do a few more stitches here to get clear of that bead. All right, cool. So that just keeps going, and you have pieces, you know, this is a bracelet with just some simple pony beads. And now this simple piece just shows some examples as well. This is the flat stitch that we're doing here. And this is kind of makes it twirly. Focus on this. I can't nail it. There we go. So I'm going to move this piece to the side that I'm working on. All right, and put this piece in. So I had started this before, and this is on some thicker rope that I found around the house. So again, this knot, this type of knotting can be done on a lot of different types of cord. This is just some thick, nice white cotton rope, and I was like, oh, maybe that'll be a nice keychain or something. So you can see how it comes across really beautifully in this thicker rope, that nice stitch. And so now we're just going to look at how you do the twirl. So to do the twirl around, you just keep doing your stitch on the same side. All right, so you just don't, you stop alternating. Okay, and so instead of going to this side, I'm going to do my figure 4 again on this side. Keep going on the same side. Okay. You can start to see the twirl is happening. So it's the same exact stitch. Nothing has changed on the stitch other than I'm just not alternating the sides. And so that will start to get it to twirl. Again, just pulling everything tight each time. Okay, our twirl is starting, yay! All right, so you can take this basic macrame stitch and basically the sky is your limit on what you can create, or potentially what you find around your house is your limit of what you can create. But you'd be surprised what you can make look beautiful when you have this simple stitch to help you. So let me just show you here. So there's it flat, alternating sides with that stitch. And here's what it'll start to look like with that twirl. So it's the same stitch, but just taking it in a twirl. And then I can do some twirl if I get down to here, and then I can go back to the flat again. So you can really easily alternate between doing the two quite seamlessly for a beautiful creation. All right, guys, good luck. I can't wait to see some of the stuff that you guys make. Have fun. Bye.